Hey guys, we're going to open some more Borg and Voyager today, 5 of each, and see what we can get. First, let's go ahead and go through what we've had so far, just as a recap, in case you haven't seen the other videos. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little overlay to show what these are valued at, recent eBay listings and such. Not that they're not really valued at much, most of this stuff, but it's still kind of fun to see, especially since the boxes are, most of them are quite cheap. The Borg is now down to about 22, and the Voyager booster box is about 40. Although those are the cheapest prices you can find. Some Borg are still 40 everywhere. But they go up and they go down. Mostly they just slowly go up. So anyways, Unicomplex, Replicator Accident, Vidian Cruiser. These are the rares again. Think Tank Ship, Dr. Telegramore. I've run out of sleeves. I've just ordered more, so I've washed my hands and such so that I don't damage the cards in any way and keep them stored away. Navala, Dakaran, Gone, Riley Frazier. And so if you notice, some of these have rare the star, and that means they're 33% more rare. Some of the uncommons actually have them, and I can't find more information about it. Rudolph Ransom, he's about $3 or $4. Gedges, Phenom. Actually, the most valuable card we've pulled so far from Voyager and the Borg is Neelix. Neelix is quite valuable. He's around $23. I'm not sure. I guess he's good in the game, or people really like Neelix. I guess he's got sort of a decent variety of abilities here. Anthropology, geology, engineer, navigation, diplomacy. Those are quite broad, and his stats aren't too bad, so. Matura, Sulan, Masadi. She's about $6, I think. Phenom. Hazure, he's about $6 as well. Hanoni and Landiel. Most of the rest of these are 2 or under. The Cloud, The Weak Will Perish, Assimilate Species, Vidian Boarding Claw, Investigate Quantum Singularity, a Quinn, a 7 of 9, she's about $4 or $5. The Doctor, a couple dollars. Janeway, about $6 or $7. Tuvok, and Harry Kim. So that's what we've had so far. And let's see if we can maybe get an ultra rare. I've yet to get an ultra rare in my openings. I'm about due now because they're 1 in 121. We opened a Mirror. We opened a Trouble with Tribbles. That's 60 packs. Those both had a chance of an ultra rare. We opened a Strange New Worlds, and I guess technically we did sort of get an ultra rare because we got the T'Pol Archive foil, and she's very, very rare. She's about $150. That was that one that was damaged, though, unfortunately. And again, usually I wouldn't even care about the value, but I probably will try and resell these so that I can just keep doing these box openings, see if I can get, because I can't open all of this stuff, because I got to keep some of this stuff sealed so that I can maybe reinvest it later on and get more stuff. And so yeah, I can't open all of this. I wish I could, but so yeah, I will sell some stuff and just so I can keep doing some YouTube box openings until I end up getting a little bit better at YouTube, finding my voice, and able to create, other videos that aren't just box openings. But these are great content to start off, I feel like, on YouTube, because I just love Star Trek, and there's not much out there. Everyone loves box openings, right? So it's a great starting off point. It's just very niche and not that cheap to do. I mean, I keep talking about how cheap the boxes are, but if you think about, if you open, half a box a day, even if they're $30, it adds up pretty quickly. So I will try and sell some of this stuff off just to be able to do more box openings here on YouTube. Eliminate Starship. Allows your Borg to battle a ship and then hijack it and assimilate it. Transwarp Network Gateway. Adapt, Negate, Obstruction. Canric. So I guess this is called universal, not non-unique. I always think non-unique because in Star Wars there are characters that have 3 dots instead of 4, and that stands for non-unique. But in Star Trek it's called universal there. Maintenance Overhaul. Set down on this world to perform complete repairs and upgrades on ship systems. Herosian Outpost. Ranjan. Typical of Herosian, whose first loyalty is to hunting a group. Skilled pilot, served as a beta Herosian under Adrian, challenged his obsession with collecting relics. Yagi. Avaricious Ferengi, plotted with Gagis and Nunk to extract the 3.6 million Borg nanoprobes from 709's body and sell them at 6 bars of latinum per unit. I remember that episode. Davar. Well, I don't remember most episodes, but some of them stand out more, right? Delanum. We have a rare Herosian. We've got 4 integrity, 9 cunning, 9 strength, leadership, treachery, 2 anthropology, a navigation, and exobiology, and he can download a Herosian disruptor rifle from your deck. Diligent Alpha Herosian commanded a hunting vessel that stalked a member of species 8472, has an unrivaled understanding of the behavior of prey. What was that we opened? That was a... Is that a Borg or... Yeah, that was a Borg. Although it had no Borg in it. Now we'll go to a Voyager. Fresh card packs in the morning, right? Unseat Dictator. Boarding Party. The Big Picture. So this is interesting. I asked on TrekCCG.org recently because I was reading in the rules and it stated this rule as a matter of fact. It just said that this was a universal rule, but I guess it was implemented after Voyager was released. So this is now just a universal card. It plays on table. Each player who has not solved or scouted at least 2 missions with point boxes, 1 a sector or like nebula and 1 a planet, needs an additional 40 points to win. Joseph Carey, representative of staff and engineering, has a wife and 2 sons. Is building a model of the USS Voyager. Doubts he'll finish it before the real one returns home. Toby Maguire here. Taknak Negotiation. Spatial Rift. 2 personnel present. Random selection. Disappear. Discarded unless their combined cunning is 15 or higher. To get past requires astrophysics and 2 engineer. A rupture in space connected the Voyager with its duplicate created by spatial scission. I remember that. The 2 had to separate their Siamese ships. Yeah, I already read this as well. Paxum, Talaxian commander of squadron garrisoned at the mining colony on Prima 2. Tom Paris enlisted his help to reclaim Voyager from the Kazon Nistrum in 2373. I feel like a lot happened in 2373, both in the Delta Quadrant and the Gamma Quadrant. Or sorry, the Alpha Quadrant. DS9 stands in the end of the Alpha Quadrant on the border to the Omega, correct? Or am I wrong there? Kazon Bomb. Unless 3 security and cunning greater than 35, or 2 security and any tricorder, or 3 defense Borg present, kills all personnel present who have printed strength less than 7. That seems good. Tiama's rescue by the Voyager crew was part of an elaborate ruse. The Kazon was on a suicide mission carrying a chemical injection that would convert his blood into a powerful explosive. Rare Romulan. Just a regular rare, not a special rare. 5 integrity, 7 cunning, and 8 strength. He can download a commandeer ship. Got security and leadership. Rakar. seized and commanded the USS Prometheus, planned to deliver it to the Tal Shiar. Didn't anticipate the resourcefulness of 2 Starfleet holograms. Darn it. Wait, now I'm mixed up here. Angelo Tassoni, one of the USS Equinox crewmen stripped of rank by Catherine Janeway upon joining the Voyager, fits in with his new crew without major incident. 9 of 15, isotope drone. 2 of 12, xenology drone. So yeah, I'm now on episode, I think, 5 or 6 of Lost in Space. I really like it. It's getting a lot of criticism, but I really like it. Has anyone here that is watching this, have they seen it? Do you like it? What don't you like about it if you don't like it? And what do you like if you do like it? I think it's just it's a good sci-fi show. Kazon Fighter. I like what they've done with the robot. And so far, all the characters are pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the Doctor in this this readaptation. For some reason, she just gets on my nerves. I know she's supposed to be the villain, but she gets on my nerves more than a villain should, I think. But, I mean, everyone has a different way of writing and directing a villain, right? I sort of prefer the one that you love to hate. I don't love to hate her. I just don't like her. Secure Station. A rare Federation. So it's a special rare. Oh, this is cool. This is worth some money. I'm pretty sure this is the 2 other Borg. Rebbe and Azon. Yeah, it looks like Youth, Exobiology, Computer Skill on Rebbe, and Youth, Science, and Transporter Skill on Azon. Wazanti twins living under 7 of 9's guidance, freed from the Borg in 2376, can still use their neural interfaces to share information, and she at Kadiskat. So yeah, I was reading a little bit how these worked. I think the only real downside is if you manage to kill, you kill both of them. If you kill one, I mean, obviously it's one card, and so any one card would affect both of them. But you get, I mean, look at the stats you get on this. You get 12 integrity, 14 cunning, and 10 strength. Their skills aren't too great, but they're still pretty good. They've got 5 unique skills. That's cool. First dual card I've received in all my openings. I just can't open these the way I prefer. Especially well, they're both really kind of the same. These sets were both released around the same time. Yeah, Voyager was first, and then it was the Borg. That's a bummer. Look at that. Luckily, that's not the rare. I wonder if something like that happens, because the quality of this set, or at least Voyager, has been really good. Borg pretty good too, but every once in a while there's one of those cards. Research phase. Rollins. Served at tactical aboard the Voyager during Tuvok's absence in 2371. Received a promotion to lieutenant for exceptional service during caretaker incident. Fair play. In 2372, Tom Paris concocted a sweepstakes to guess the daily radiogenic particle count, skimming 1/10 of the proceeds for himself. Chakotay put a stop to the game, confiscating the plot. Caesar plays on table, may not be nullified. No player may solve an opponent's unique mission unless its point box shows at least 40 points, or both players have a copy of it in play. So this is something if you don't want your opponent messing around with your missions and solving your missions instead of you, you can play missions with looks like 35 or lesser points, and they won't be able to touch them. Aggressive behavior. In 2372, a spaceborne creature attacked the Voyager, trying to establish dominance. It perceived the ship as a potential rival. I never know how I never really decided how I felt about the space dwelling creatures. You know, there's quite a few of them. I suppose the universe is a really big place. It makes sense that some sort of life may have been able to evolve in space. People always make the mistake of assuming that we need a Goldilocks planet for there to be other life in the universe, but that's assuming that life would have evolved in the same way that we evolved. I mean, we didn't used to think it would be possible for anything to grow up deep, deep, deep sea, and then we found out there were bacteria that feed on the oxygen of volcanic vents. So we don't know. There could be synthetic life. There could be non-organic. There could be non-water-based life. So I guess it makes sense in a really big universe that we might find, I guess, creatures that almost act as ships that can just spacefaring creatures. But I never decided how I felt about them. I guess neutral. We have a rare Kazon. Just gonna go to it because wait, something happened here. Did we not get a rare in this pack? Oh, okay, there's our rare. I don't know how I did that. Sorry about that. The aggressive behavior is the rare. I didn't even read that. Unless 2 anthropology or leadership anthropology and cunning greater than 35 is present, ship is damaged and 1 crew member is killed. Anthropology is not super common, so I guess that's pretty decent. I always felt like anthropology, exobiology, and stellar cartography and astrophysics were always difficult to find on personnel. You can always find security, you can always find leadership, you can always find science, you can always find treachery and computer skill. But some of the biologies and the physics are more difficult. Transporter skill is not that common either. You'd think it'd be more common, but Hogan, hunting vessel, multi-vector assault mode, new technology designed for the Prometheus, allowing it to split into 3 separate ships during battle. I thought that was pretty cheesy when they did that. I mean, it was cool, I guess. As a kid, I probably felt it was really cool, but as I've rewatched it, it's like Transformers. The ship splits into 3 different attack ships. It just doesn't seem very logical. Tenor. I guess maybe you'd have to use less acceleration fuel if you were just 1 ship, because once you get the momentum, so then I guess it makes sense to not just be 3 ships. Is what I mean is, why wouldn't you just be 3 ships? But I guess it's also a surprise. You have more maneuvers. But 2 Transformers for me. Mavis, Trabe Governor, constantly plotting vengeance on the Kazon sects that killed his parents, continuing a cycle of hatred and persecution between their peoples. Typical theme of Star Trek. Kemok, you remember the Gatherers, and I believe it was the Hunters of TNG, locked in an internal feud. We have a rare plus, 5 integrity, 7 cunning, and 5 strength. When reported, may download Lancer or Pachon if not in play. Astrophysics and stellar cartography. I don't know who that is. 7 would have more strength, and she'd have... Astrophysics and stellar cartography reminds me of 7. I just don't remember those names, Lancer or Pachon. Marika. Bajoran assimilated as Borg while on the USS Excalibur. She's worth about $5 as well. Became 3 of 9. She escaped the Borg in 2375. I mean, if you get, like, 5 or 6 desirable $5 cards and you're able to sell them, you pay for the box and you can buy a new box, which is cool. But so far, I haven't had too much luck. I put T'Pol on eBay, that archive foil, because I would love to keep her, but it would be great if I could turn her into more box openings for myself and for you guys. So, but I haven't had anyone be interested in her yet. Although she is very, very rare on the internet. And I haven't posted anything else yet, but I'll probably soon here post some of the stuff that seems more desirable and see if I can't fund some more boxes that way before I run out here soon. Cello. Aftermath. Sorry, let's read Cello. He's a unique guy. Talkative Balian underwent field training soon after coming aboard the Voyager. Has been a model, though somewhat paranoid crewman ever since. Determined cause of disaster that obliterated all life on this once thriving planet. First Maj of Kazan Ogla in 2371 has laid claim to the Okama planet. His efforts to top its subterranean resources have been thwarted by the caretaker. So I've been trying to, after watching Lost in Space, there's this scene where there's another planet in the sky, and it's really beautiful, and it reminded me of something I saw growing up, where there was a planet in the sky. It was a sci-fi movie, and it was really beautiful, and it's inspiring me right now for a certain story I'm working on, and I can't remember what film it was. So now I've been going through all the different films that have a planet in the sky, like Upside Down, and I believe AI has a moon, The Time Machine has a moon, Melancholia, obviously. Can anyone think of any other? Avatar has a big moon in the sky or a planet. It's really driving me crazy. I need to figure it out, what movie it was that had this beautiful planet in the sky that they couldn't access, but it looked close enough that you could almost touch it, although it wasn't close enough that you could touch it. It did have its own orbit. Could anyone think of any other movies than the ones I listed? Let's read this. The Vidian Sodality establishes outposts through its territory, often hiding them inside barren planetoids. Blue Alert. And we have a rare dilemma. Astral Eddy. Unless navigation, physics, and 2 engineers are present, 1 crew member, random selection, is killed. So navigation, physics, and 2 engineers seems like you probably get to kill a crew member more often than not. Spatial phenomenon created by an intrusion of subspace into normal space. The resulting discharges of plasmatic energy cause the destruction of a Voistige science station. Vestigi. Yeah. I have to think about this for a second. I feel like there's a better way to do this. Maybe if I do like that instead. Yeah, then I'll have uncommons at the back. Should have been doing that this whole time. Spatial Rift. Paxum. Home Away from Home. Kazon Bomb. Nanoprobe Resuscitation. The Power. Vidian Interceptor, formidable ship favored for agility in battle, suited to hit and fade attacks. Sulin commanded 1 prior to his promotion to Chief Surgeon of the Sodality. Those are pretty good ship stats for only requiring 2 minor officers. Kazon Disruptor Rifle, relatively unsophisticated beam weapon used by the Kazon. No frills design abandons aesthetic features in favor of inexpensive production. As deadly as ugly. Prison Break. Expose plot. Exonerate crewmen framed for murder and reveal conspiracy to commit scientific espionage. That's a bummer. See, this looks like it was just almost a played card. Like, if I tried to give this to someone, they would think I played with it, not just got it straight out of packs. Sometimes Star Trek cards have a bit of a film on them, but this isn't a film, it's just... Whoops, I just skipped to that, but we wouldn't have been able to guess that anyways. Hematologist who treated a phage outbreak on Phena Prime became romantically involved with the Doctor when she spent nearly 3 weeks on the Voyager. Only 2 strength, but she's got 8 integrity and 8 cunning, and 2 biology, a computer skill, honor, navigation, and a stellar cartography. Vidian called Denara Pell. Alright, we still have a couple more chances for an ultra rare. Yeah, so what do? I go like that. Kamok, Kanuruk, maintenance overhaul. Set down on this world to perform complete repairs and upgrade ship systems. Hirogen outpost. Ranjin, typical of Hirogen, whose first loyalty. We read that. Yegi, we read that. Davar, reckless hunter who tried participating in holographic scenarios aboard the commandeered Voyager, joined Taranjan hunting prey against express order from Kar. Thenelik, rituals of the hunt. Omega directive. Sees or plays on table. Place on your ship with matching commander aboard. Nullified if no large officer personnel is aboard. While ship is at the same location as an Omega particle, it may ignore affiliation, attack restrictions. So Federation can't attack anyone else. So this would allow the Federation to attack others. And this would allow, I think, even the Borg to attack as well. And we have a rare dilemma. The Clown, My Festival. To get past, crew or wait time must have no fewer than lowest integrity present and have no fewer personnel than lowest integrity present. So if your lowest personnel's integrity is 5, you have to have 5 or more personnel present. And no more personnel than highest integrity is present. Wait, so do you have to have exactly the lowest integrity? So if you have someone with integrity of 5, 6, and 7, I'm trying to understand this. They word their cards in a very confusing way sometimes. Okay, so if you have 3 personnel, one has 5 integrity, one has 7, one has 8, you can have 5 to 8 personnel present, and no more and no less. That seems pretty useful. Kind of annoying to get past. Morak, tactical officer of the Imperial Klingon Council of Akling, devout believer in the prophecies of the sacred skulls, banded with Tegreth in an attempt to commandeer the Voyager. Boy, everyone's trying to commandeer the Voyager. 9 of 12. Borg probe. Hunk Nunk. 17 of 18. Purification drone. Borg Vunculum. If your navigation Borg is present, all your Borg at this location present with the navigation skill. Shares regular skills. Maybe that's communication. You guys are going to kill me for constantly forgetting the blue and the green. The clown beneath the mask. To get past one personnel must have total attributes greater than 23. So you would need basically 8, 8, 8, or something similar. You could have 8, and you could have 8 integrity, 10 cunning, and 8 strength, or something like that. You have to have someone pretty strong for this. So this has a star common. So I don't know if the common sheets, because a sheet is a straight square or rectangle. If you have a certain number of cards, it's not possible to always include, say, 5 of these on every common sheet and 5 of every other. One of them you have to do less or more. Secure station, that's just a package. I'm not going to get that. Photonic energy being. 3 crew members, random selection, or held with dilemma at top mission. Discard all when countdown expires. Cure with a hologram personnel, or anthropology and diplomacy. So this 2 here, I found out, means that this lasts for 2 turns. So you would reveal this, and then after 2 turns, it would go away. So if you couldn't pass it, then you would just wait for 2 turns. A rare Kazon. There's no way I said that so strange. I'm sorry. Probably the Mormons, to be honest. They keep coming by. I don't know why. I already told them, but no, they keep coming. Usually that's the Jehovah's Witnesses that do that. Thompson. Implication to get past requires 3 diplomacy and integrity greater than 30, or law and cunning greater than 30. The manager of Necrit Supply Depot arrested Chakotay and Tom Paris on charges of conspiracy and murder, based solely on security footage that showed them conversing with the victim. That's pretty good. Salden. You can always use different types of dilemmas. Cavet. That's a comment, and we haven't seen that yet. Is that a star comment? Let's see. Where's that implication? Nope, just a regular comment there. Kazon Bomb. Villagers with torches. After years of poverty, the Takarians were eager to bid their great sages. Fortunately, Chakotay and Tom Paris were there to keep them from being sent away on wings of fire. If you begin a planet mission with fewer than 3 personnel, all are killed unless opponent has thermal deflectors in play. Real. Captain's log. Look at that high-end laptop that they have in Star Trek in the future. Jabin. Seems like sci-fi, they always either overreach or underreach with where they think things will be. Kazon Conference. Officer times 3, plus security, plus diplomacy. You get +5 for each different Maj present. And unfortunately, our last pack is not an ultra rare. It is a Quinn, which we've opened so far. Member of the queue who felt a mortal life had become futile and meaningless and unendurable, lobbied to be made mortal, so he could commit suicide and upset the continuum status quo. Alright, this video has reached the time limit here in any second. Thank you for watching. I appreciate those of you that do like this and do watch it, and I'm glad I get to share it with you. And hopefully I'll be able to keep it coming and release something else and different soon. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.